lesson for today is all about power. It is part of the Module 3, Work, Energy, and Power. So, sa lesson na to, ano daw yung most essential learning competency na dapat nyong matutunan? It is to describe how work is related to power and energy. So, as we go on with the lesson, you will learn that work is related to power and energy. Okay, so what are you going to learn specifically about power? So here are our objectives. First is you are going to define power. Second, calculate power expanded in a given situation. Third, relate energy to work and power. And fourth is solve problems on power. So actually, the 7.2 and 7.4 objectives are almost the same because in this lesson, we are going to solve some problems relating to power. Okay? What is power? Power is the rate of doing work. It is work per unit of time. Alright, so power is a measurement of us in doing work or on any object performing work. So it is affected by two factors. Number one is the work and the other value is time. So later on, we will also know how to calculate for power. Aside from that, power also determines the length of time it takes for work to be finished or done. So using power, we are going to know how much for us or how much time it takes for us to finish a specific task or work. In scientific knowledge, power is the ability of finishing work within the shortest possible time. So, you will be powerful or you will have greater power if you did the job or the work in shortest possible time. Okay? But if you did the work in longer time or mas matagal, you have lesser power. Okay? That is why in our first definition, it talks about the rate of doing work. Okay? So, next. We have not considered the time in our discussion on work. So last time, nung diniscuss natin ang work, walang kasamang time sa formula. Tama? So ano lang ang meron ulit sa work? Meron lang doong force and displacement. So dito sa power, we are going to consider the time in seconds. So we are all aware in a practical sense of the importance of time in the performance of work. So, alam naman natin na sa lahat ng activities that we are doing, there is a time involved. So, in this lesson, we are going to learn that time is essential in doing work. So, to express how fast work is done, we use the concept of power. So, ginagamit natin ang konsepto ng power para malaman kung gaano kabilis ang work that is done on an object. How to calculate power? So, to solve power output, we use the following. Alright, so as you can see, ang formula natin ay P equals W over T. So, what does it mean? Where P is the power output, ito yung isosolve natin na power, W is the work done on the object, and T is the length of time it takes for work to be done. Okay, so in this one, we are going to divide work into time. Now, what is the relationship of power to work? Power is directly proportional to work. This means that the more work done within a constant time, the more the power output is. The less the work done, the less the power output is. So, kung natatandaan nyo pa yung nilesson natin nung unang-una about directly proportional and inversely proportional, when we say directly, when one value increases, the other value also increases. Right? Kapag yung isang value ay nag-decrease, yung another value will also decrease. Just like this one. Sa power and work, kapag you do work within a constant time or more work, you have greater power. If you do work or lesser work, this means that you have lesser power. Okay? Now, ano naman kaya ang relationship ng power sa time? On the other hand, power is inversely proportional to time. Okay, so again, what do we mean by inversely proportional? Inversely proportional means when one value increases, the other value decreases. When one value decreases, the other value increases. So it means that the longer the time used up to finish work, the smaller the power output is for the same work and vice versa. So ibig sabihin, kapag mas matagal mong ginawa yung work, lesser ang output mo. Okay? Kapag mas mabilis mong ginawa ang work, you have greater power. Okay? What is the unit for power? So the SI unit of power is Watt, named after James Watt, who improved the steam engine. So as you can see on the left side, we have James Watt. Okay? So sa kanya ipinangalan ang unit sa power. And it is symboled as capital W. Okay? Tatandaan niyo yan. Ano ang katumbas ng 1 watt? 1 watt is equal to 1 joule per second. That is why, later on in our calculation, we will see that the answer will always be joule over second, or, in short, watt, for computing power. Understood? Okay, let's go. So, let us have here the formula. Okay, kanina, ang pinakita nating formula sa power ay power equals W over T, or work over time. Paano kapag hinahanap si work? At paano kapag hinahanap si time? We are going to derive formula. Okay? So again, we have here a triangle method. So in our previous lesson, I already introduced you how to make a triangle method. Okay? So dito sa triangle method natin, si W or si work ay nasa pinakataas, si P ay nasa left side, at si T ay nasa right side. Okay? So, anong ibig sabihin kapag si W ang kukunin natin? Or ano kayang magiging formula if we are going to compute for work? Okay, if we are going to find work given the formula, we are going to have a derived equation as work equals PT, or power times time. Naintindihan? Paano naman kapag time ang hinahanap? Correct. Kapag time ang hinahanap, i-divide naman natin si work kay power. Okay? So, time equals W over P. So, tandaan nyo yung mga formula para kapag nag-compute tayo ay malalaman natin kung ano yung dapat nating gamitin na equation. Okay? So, let's proceed. Let us try to solve problems on power now. So, sample problem 1. A boy runs inside his house with a total work done of 650 joules in 60 seconds. Find his power output. Okay, so in this problem solving, sample problem 1, we have the given. Okay, but before we proceed with the solution, ano nga ba ang dapat nating tandaan sa pagsosolve? So para mas maging maayos at systematic ang ating problem solving, we will use the format GRESA. Okay? So ano nga ulit ibig sabihin ng GRESA? GRESA means G given, R required, E equation, S, solution, and A, answer. Okay, so let us proceed. So the given, again, for this sample problem, so ang given na work ay 650 joules, tama? Sa time naman, ang given ay 60 seconds. Now, what is the required? Correct, that is power. How about the equation that we will use? Okay, very good. That is P equals W over T. Okay? So let us now have the solution. In the solution, we substitute the given. So P equals 650 joules over 60 seconds. So anong gagawin natin dito? We are going to divide. Very good. So the answer will be 10.83 watts. Understood? So again, paano natin nakuha si 10.83? We divided 650 to 60. Okay? Now, let us have the next problem. Sample problem 2. If you do 900 joules of work in 10 minutes, how much power have you used? Alright, so in this problem, we are confused because we are only given minutes, right? So what are we going to do if we are given minutes for the time? Correct, we need to convert it to seconds. So for our given, we have again the given for work 900 joules. And for the time, since hindi natin pwedeng kunin ang minutes or hindi natin pwedeng gamitin ang minutes sa mismong solution, we are going to convert it to seconds first. So ilang segundo ang meron sa 10 minutes? Correct. That is 600 seconds. So paano natin nakuha si 600? Diba, sa isang minuto, merong 60 seconds. Tama? So, ang gagawin muna natin ay i-multiply si 10 kay 60. So, 10 times 60 equals 600 seconds. Alright, so meron na tayong time in seconds at meron na rin tayong work. So, ano nga ulit ang required sa problem? Very good. The power again. We are going to find power. So the equation to use is P equals work over time. Just like a while ago. Solution. We are going to Alright, so we are going to divide 900 joules to 600 seconds. So, may nakalagay dito na 600. So, lagyan natin 600 seconds. Okay. So, ano ulit ang gagawin natin? Very good. We need to divide 900 to 600. And we have the answer now as 1.5 watts. Understood? So, nadadalian lang ba kayo sa pagsasolve? Alright. So, madali lang, di ba? I-divide lang natin ang work sa time, sa pagkuha ng power. Now, tignan natin kung ganun pa rin kadali sa sample problem number 3. Okay, so in this problem, two students are asked to move the teacher's table to a corner at a distance of 5 meters. If their combined force is 100 Newton and they finish the job in 10 seconds, what is the power output in watts and kilowatts? Oh, so sa problem na to, ano ang wala? Very good. Wala sa given ang work. Bakit? tama. Kasi kailangan muna natin kunin ang work. Okay? So, in this problem, we need to have the work first, or we are going to calculate for the work. But for the given, we have force equals 100 Newton. For the distance, meron tayong 5 meters. So, ano ba yung kailangan para mag-compute ng work? Diba? Kailangan natin ng distance at saka force. So, nasa given sila. Now, pwede natin computein ang work dahil may given na 5 meter ng distance at 100 Newton ng force, right? What is the another given? Okay, the other given is 10 seconds. Okay? What is the required? Alright, since kailangan muna natin kunin si work, dalawa ang require sa problem na to. Yung work at power. Okay? So, let us have the equation. So, I hope you still remember the equation for work. The equation for work is work equals FD. And for the power, we have work over time. So, unahin muna natin isolve si work. Okay? So, let us have the solution. Solution, work equals 100 Newton times 5 meters. Okay? Diba sa work ay kailangan lang nating i-times si force kay distance. Okay, so kapag na-multiply na natin, lalabas ang sagot na 500 joules. Very good. So, nakuha na natin ang kinakailangan nating work. Ngayon, pwede na ba tayong mag-solve ng power? Tama. So, pwede na tayong mag-solve ng power. So, for power, P equals 500 joules over 10 seconds. So, the answer now is 50 watts. Very good. Paano naging 50? Dahil i-divide lang natin si 500 kay 10. Okay? So, the answer is P equals 50 watts. Or, since nasa problem ay in watts and kilowatts, ano naman ang value kapag gusto nating hanapin si kilowatts? Okay, ang value niya ay 0.05. Okay? So, let us proceed. Okay, so, kung natatandaan nyo pa, yung ating objective is we are going to relate work to energy and work to power. So, what is the relationship of work and energy? So, if you still remember, when we say energy, it is the capacity or capability to do work. So, the quantity of the work or the quality of the work you do depends on the amount of energy that you have. So, if you have higher energy, then you have higher work. Okay? So, it is directly proportional. If you have lesser energy, then you only have lesser amount of work. Nagkakaintindihan po ba? Okay, let's proceed. So, energy and work are not exactly the same, but are numerically equal. So, kung matatandaan nyo, to do 100 joules of work, you must expand the 100 joules of energy. So, katulad ng sabi ko kanina, katumbas ng energy na meron kayo ang kakayahan nyong gumawa ng work. So, if you have 100 joules of energy, then you can do also 100 joules of work. Okay? We are going to tackle the kinds of energy in our next topic. So, next. Alright, so in this one, I will explain to you, or I will give you some examples on how to answer your activity 3.1.1 in your module. So, activity 3.1.1 is all about formative assessment, power comparison between power and work. So, kung titignan nyo, sa module nyo, that is on page. Saang page nga ulit makikita ang activity 3.1.1? Very good. Makikita yan sa page 25. Okay. So, sa page 25, may makikita kayong picture at 4 guide questions. So, in the guide question, you are also given choices na nakapaloob sa parenthesis. So, saan nyo po isusulat ang inyong sagot? Sa blank. Okay? So, let us have number 1. Okay, so as you can see in the picture, you have 2 cars. The silver car and the black car. The silver car travels or have reached a distance of 30 meters. And the other one, the black car, have reached the distance 40 meters. So, the question number 1, suppose that these cars started at the same point and ended at these points. 30 meters for silver and for the black is 40 meters. Which car has greater work? Okay, so remember what you have learned a while ago in the concept of work and power. Or yung inyong natutunan sa previous nating tinakil about work. So, ang tanong dito ay, sino daw or alin sa dalawa ang may greater work or greater amount of work? Black car or silver car? Your answer is very good. The black car. Why? Because the black car has reached 40 meters, which is greater than the silver car. Okay? Next. So, let us have number 3 naman. Okay? For number 3, same picture or same scenario. What happens to power as the work done increases? So, dito sa tanong, ano daw ang nangyayari sa power kapag nag-i-increase yung work? Diba sabi natin kanina, ang power ay directly proportional kay work. Tama? So, kapag mataas ang power, mataas ang work. Kung mataas ang work, ibig sabihin, mas malaki ang kanyang power. Kapag mas mababa ang work, mas mababa rin ang kanyang power. So, what is the answer for number 3? Okay, correct. That is increases. Very good. Okay, next. Let us have activity 3.1.2. So, in activity 3.1.2, you are also given 4 guide questions. That is, in this activity, you are going to compare between power and energy. Okay? So, for number 5, suppose that these cars are approaching the finish line. Which car has greater energy? Okay? What is your answer? Correct. The blue van. Okay? Next. Okay, so now let us have number 7 guide question. What happens to power as the energy is increased? Okay, so it should be increased, ha? It's not increases. Yan. So, what is your answer? Very good. That is also increases. Why? Because energy and work are the same. So, if the energy is higher, the power will also be higher. So, it should also increase. Very good. Let us have activity 3.1.3, which is comparison between power and time. So, in this next model, you are also given a silver car and a black car again. So, for the question number 9, suppose that these cars are approaching the finish line with the same speed. Which car will take longer time to reach the end? Okay? So, sino sa kanila ang mas matagal? Based on the picture. Correct. That is the silver car. How about the number 11 question? What happens to power as the time is increased? Alright, so we said a while ago that power is inversely proportional to time. If the time is increased, therefore, very good. The answer is increases. The power will decrease. Okay? Very good. So now let us proceed with activity 3.2. The formative assessment, word problems. Alright, so in this one, direction, this is on page. So saan nyo naman makikita itong activity na ito? That is on page 32. Ay, sorry, not 32. But on page 28. Okay. So complete the data on tables 1 and 2 and answer the questions correctly based on the computed data. So in this data, I have corrected some values like the 500, 1,000, 2,000. So binago ko yan. Let's proceed. Okay, so again, in activity 3.2, we have two tables. For the table 1, we have in the work column, we have 10, blank, 30, 40, 50. For the second column time, we have 50, 50, 50, blank, and 50. For the third column in table 1, power, we have 0.20, 0.40, blank, 0.80, and blank. Okay, so for table 2, we have naman, on column 1, sa work, 10, 10, 10, blank, 10. For the second column time, we have 10, 20, blank, 40, 50. For the third column, power, we have 1, blank, 0.33, 0.25, and 0.20. So, let us compute for the missing. Okay? So, ano yung mga kukumputin natin? Si 1, 2, 3, 4 para sa table 1. Sa table 2, ang kailangan yung computin ay 1, 2, at 3. Okay, so, paano nga ba natin kukunin ang number 1 sa table 1? Very good. So, since alam na natin yung formula at yung derivation ng formula, we can solve for number 1 in table 1. Okay? So, what is the given for number 1? Sa table 1. Okay? Meron tayong time na 50 at power na 0.40. Tama? So, kailangan daw natin kunin si work. Paano ulit ang pagkuha sa work? Correct. Ita-times lang natin si time tsaka si power. So, let us multiply. 50 times 0.40. The answer is correct. 20. Very good. So, meron na tayong sagot sa 1. That is 20. How about for number 2? Okay, meron tayong given na work 30 at time na 50. So, what are we going to do for power? Of course, we will divide. We will divide work to time. So, 30 divided by 50. Alright, the answer is 0.60. Very good. Okay? How about the next one? For number 3, we have given work 40 at sa power naman ay 0.80. So, si time ngayon ang hinahanap. We are going to divide work to power. Okay? So, let us divide 40 divided by 0.80. The answer is very good. 50. Yan. So, isa na lang ang hindi natin nasosolve sa table 1. Okay? Sa table 1, ano ulit ang nawawala? Ang nawawala ay power sa number 4. Okay? Last number na tayo sa table 1. So, again, para makuha si power, divide natin si work kay time. 50 divided by 50 equals, correct, 1. Okay? Or 1.00. Alright, so nakuha na natin lahat ng value sa table 1. Tama? How about for table 2? The same lang ang gagawin nating proseso. So, let us have, for number 1 in table 2, we have given work which is equal to 10 and time is equal to 20. So, again, to get to power, we will divide 10 divided by 20. The answer is correct, 0.5. Okay? Next, for number 2, we have given work 10, power 0.33. So, para makuha si time, ano ulit ang i-divide natin? Very good. We are going to divide work to power. So, 10 divided by 0.33. The answer is very good. The answer is 30. Okay? And for the last number class, we are going to get work. Okay? So, to get work, again, multiply time and power. So, 40 times 0.25 equals 10. Very good. So, now, we have completed the table. We are ready to have the guide questions. So, let us have the guide question for table 1. So, kung makikita niyo sa table 1, ito yung na-solve na natin. So, kompleto na yung table. In table 1, number 1, which two variables are needed to get the value of power? Okay? So, ano nga ulit yung kailangan natin para makuha si power? Correct. That is work or energy and time. Very good. How about for number 2? So again, this is on your module. That is on page 28. So I'm just giving you an example so that you can answer on your own. Number 2, in table 1, which of the variable is not changing? O, so anong ibig sabihin ng not changing? Hindi nagbabago. O, tignan natin ulit yung table 1. Alin ang pare-parehas ang value? Work or energy? Time or power? Very good. The answer is time. So, as you can see in the table, pare-parehas na 50. Okay? Number 3. What happens to the value of power as the work or energy increases? Very good. The answer is increases. Okay? So, kapag nag-i-increase ang energy or yung work, nag-i-increase din ang power. So, tignan natin dito sa table. We have 0.20, 0.40, 0.60, 0.80, and 1. Okay? So, pataas ng pataas. Next. For the table 2, answer these questions again, 6, 7, and 8. For number 6, in table 2, which two variables are needed to get the value of power? So, kung mapapansin nyo, parehas lang ang tanong sa 1 and 6. Okay, so the answer again is correct. Work or energy and time. O for number 7 naman, in table 2, which of the variable is not changing? So, kanina, Ang value ng time ang hindi nagbabago, right? How about in this table? Alin ang hindi nagbabago? Correct, the work or energy. They have the same value of 10. Okay? How about the last number? What happened to the value of power as the time increases? So, if the value is increasing in power, what happened to time or vice versa? Kapag nag-i-increase ang time, anong nangyayari sa power? Tignan nyo mabuti. Sa time, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, 40 seconds, and 50 seconds. So, anong nangyayari sa power? So, kung titignan nyo, ang una ay 1, tapos naging 0.50, naging 0.33, 0.25, at 0.20. So, what is your answer? Increases or decreases? Very good. The answer is decreases. Yay! So, we are now done with the activities in your module. So, here are my references, or dito ko kinuha ang mga contents ng ating lesson, and also in our module. Now, it's time for you to answer your module, applying what you have learned in Lesson 3 about power. Okay? So, kayo naman ang gagawa at magsasagot sa inyong module. Any questions? None. So, I hope so. I hope that you have learned for today. And see you on next Thursday. Keep safe and have a good day. Bye!